guys. I'm still doing the herbs. I had to take a break from the herbs for a week because, wow, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but them herbs kick my butt just like green juices do. I can't. When I first started juicing, I did green juices, and that was the worst detox. And I know everybody says you can't detox off of vegetables and everything. Then what the heck was I doing? Because that was just, it was horrible. And taking the herbs, it's the same power kick. It's, wow. It's, yeah. I guess I was so skeptic going into the herbs that I just really didn't realize how powerful they were. And yeah, they were pretty powerful. It was to the point I was such in a dark place. It was bad. I have never been in such a dark place in all my life. To the point where I couldn't even get a grip on my thoughts, my emotions, anything. It was like way too much. I was moving way too much lymph, and the septic system wasn't able to escape. It was just sitting in there and just like creating chaos. It was bad, really bad. So I took a week off of the herbs. I ate, and I'm back on it again, but at a much slower rate. I'm only taking the herbs at night, once a day at night, and I'm doing lemon lime water all day long, but I'm also doing vegetable sandwiches, and there's Ezekiel bread with vegetables, tomato, cucumber, peppers, onions, and a pickle. That's it. But that helps too, where it's not so much of a rush, because even doing it at night, I still feel the effects of it, which is great. And I would be the first to be gung-ho with anything. But when you have a family of 6 you have to take care of, yeah, it started getting to the point where I knew everything that I had to do. I had to make sure that I had to drink enough water, make sure my lymphatic system was moving. I was doing everything in my power to do that. Started off, I was doing the dry brushing, the colonics, the hot and cold showers. I was doing that. It just every single thing. But then when that dark place started to like cram on me, it was just like, you know, all that didn't matter, and it was becoming a chore just to get up out of bed. Yeah, and that's not good. You can't be not moving that stuff out when that's what the whole purpose of it is. It was scary. It was really scary. There was a few moments where I had panic attacks, and then there was moments where I would have, oh my gosh, these surges, like I was back on the, you know, just the pain medication, just everything. It was horrible. The most horrible feeling. I know you have to go back through all that. I understand that. But, yeah, I just wasn't, that wave was just as intense as, and that's the reason why I stay away from green juices. I'm just not ready for that. And I'll be the first to down some pure dandelion. I don't even care if it's going to make me better. But like I said, when you got a family of 6, you got to take it a little bit slower. So that's been what I've been doing. Now it's only at night that I take it. Oh, and I did also end up getting this is my second batch from Dr. Robert Morse, and it's the same as before, the brain and nerve, upper circ, both bladder and kidney 1 and 2, lymphatic system 1. I also got lymphatic system number 1 capsules. Them are a whole lot stronger than that tincture, and I don't know if it's because of my system and my body, but holy freaking cow. Yeah. Seems like I'm missing something. I know stomach and bowel 1 and 2. That's what it was. That's what I'm on. Yeah, that's just, and right now, every day I make sure to get out in the sun 1 hour a day, making sure the dry brushing, an hour of exercise, moving it out. It's got to have a place to exit out. I know my kidneys are working fine. I know, well, I'm seeing sediment, so there you go. So I got to make sure I'm doing everything else to get there. It is a job and a half to make sure that your system is regenerating itself. It's great and I love it and I embrace it, but I didn't know it would be this much work. I know that's bad, but yeah, it's a lot of work. But I want to get better. So she's looking at me like, who's she talking to? So that's been everything, and thank God, once again for Eddie, because he's seen that I was just spiraling out of control, and I had to back off. Seriously, had to back off. And it was kind of like a defeat for me, because I'm always been like a gung-ho person. It's all or nothing. And I just couldn't be a mama. I couldn't be a wife. Yeah. So that's when, and that means more to me than being gung-ho. But, yes, I will get there. My journey will just, I had to take a detour. So, but it's all good. I'm not really beating myself over it too much. I just got to make sure. Some good things that have happened. I know a while back, well, probably on Dr. Robert Morris's Facebook fan page, I've talked about it. The glands underneath my arms were taken out and the lymph nodes. So I have not been able to sweat like forever. I don't even remember the last time I sweat. When Jacob was... Yeah, it probably was when Jacob was born. Because in I think it was 96, I had my glands and my lymph nodes removed. And ever since then, I haven't been able to sweat, be out in the sun, anything. And that was also due with antibiotics and steroids and all that I was on throughout the years. I couldn't. I would overheat, and being scared of getting a heat stroke. That was a problem. So, well, when I was just doing green juices and just incorporating more fruits and veggies, green juices, that's it. I started sweating again. And that was the greatest thing in all the world. I was sweating. That was legit. That was great. I think it was really gross in my house because I was just like, oh my gosh, do you see it? Can you feel it? I don't even care. You're talking 96. Holy freaking cow. So I was excited. Well, today I had grafting done underneath this one. And back, I guess it was 4 or 5 years ago, I had the grafting done. And he decided, because I had so much trouble with nerve damage under both arms, but this one in particular was so bad. A lot of you know that I couldn't even hold Julianne at all when she was a baby because the nerve damage, it was almost like two wires not connecting, and then when they connected, there would be a jolt, and that jolt would be so bad. If you ever had teeth pain, that's what I felt underneath my arm. That's what I felt. Well, whenever that would happen, I would drop whatever was in my hand, and it happened so sporadically, but so intensely when it happened, that anything would just drop. So when Julianne was born, I really couldn't hold her. So that was really bad. And today, I actually felt my underarm started itching underneath there. And that may sound weird too, but I just went to, itch it, and I was like, because it still feels kind of underneath there. I'm getting feeling back underneath there too. That's very cool and weird all at the same time. But that is very cool. So all these things are going on. It was just like when I added the herbs, I was doing good and going on a slower path without the herbs. But once I added the herbs, I just took it to another level. And that other level is a hell of a ride, but worth it. Because just being able to feel them two things, that's awesome. Yay!